Can the government take your $95,000 Cessna over a six-pack of beer? In 2012, charter pilot Ken Julpe agreed to fly a woman up to Beaver, Alaska, a village of about 100 people, to visit her husband. So he loaded up her luggage, loaded up her groceries, and they flew to the dry village of Beaver, Alaska. When they landed, the plane was searched and they discovered a six-pack of Budweiser in a dry village. Dry village means that alcohol is banned, so they charged Ken, his company, and the passenger with importing alcohol into a dry village. Even though Ken said he didn't know the beer was there, a jury convicted him. He spent 3 days in jail, and because it was a misdemeanor and his first time, he spent $1,500 on a fine. But it didn't stop there. They wanted his plane. And ever since 2012, Ken has been fighting to keep his 1969 Cessna worth about $95,000. This case is going to be seen in front of the Supreme Court at their next session in October, trying to answer the question, when is a fine or penalty so excessive it becomes unconstitutional? The Eighth Amendment not only handles cruel and unusual punishment, it also deals with the idea of excessive fines, of which the Supreme Court has defined only one time in 1998, saying a fine is unconstitutional when it, quote, grossly disproportional to the gravity of a defendant's offense. And then this one is important. In 2019, the Eighth Amendment was determined to restrict not just federal governments, but states, cities, and counties, and perhaps dry villages. A bit of context for you to know that Alaska's issue with rural alcoholism is huge. It's real, it's grievous, it's impossible to control, which is why they have things like dry counties or dry villages where alcohol is banned. So this entire case hinges on the understanding of the exponentiality of a six-pack of beer. So bringing a six-pack of beer into a dry village, what damage could that do societally? Not just those six beers, but introducing that to this dry village, what could the exponent of that be? That's what the entire case is going to hinge on. The idea that a single six-pack of Budweiser could cause grave societal harm. These are the types of cases I find wildly fascinating. We'll have to wait till October, but the question is the penalty out of scope with what he did, or was he going to cause grave societal harm?